Okay, now we are at the point that we have aligned our shell veneer with the left circumference and the right circumference, and we have the ruler over on the ends of the left and right circumference, the masking tape that we put down. I make sure that it's really on the bottom of the gauze, so basically left and right, and then lined up. Put my fingers right there to hold it down, and once that is done, I can take my ruler, place it on top, match it up with exactly the ends of the masking tape, the inner corners. If you take the outer corner, again, that's a different circumference because it's more length to along the blank following the taper, and that might just be that little bit that's too much. What I like to do is I line it up exactly with the ends of the masking tape, the corners, and then I'll take a marker and I'll go in a flat angle. That gives me a little bit more. That gives me like a, I don't know, a 32nd of an inch, something like that more. So I'll take that. You see, it gives a little bit more. Now, people are going to say like, oh, what are you marking this with permanent marker on the veneer? You don't do that, whatever. Okay, now you see, I did it. So this little extra, and we're going to get to it later, we're going to break it off with basically the blade, and it's going to be a nice seam when it comes together. This also compensates for when you wrap it around the blank. If you, for any reason, are not exactly straight on your angle, the way the bottom line of your marking, you might be a little bit gap off here or gap off here when you come around. Now this a little bit extra is going to exactly compensate for that. The way we do it, or the way I do it, I'm sorry, is to basically then just use my X-Acto cutting board. I will open it up and cut straight along the inner side of the veneer and off. And I guess I cut a little bit too much, but let's see that we get that together. That was a little bit of too fast cut, and for demonstration purposes actually not the perfect deal, but we'll get to it. The next step now is to basically apply, you can see here the tapper the way it's following now, to apply the veneer going around the blank. So now we have our cut piece of Microflex abalone shell veneer, and once it's cut, you see exactly on the tapper, or you can measure it if it's visually not that clear, depending on the tapper of your blank. The left side, or basically the side that's towards the butt of the rod, is going to have a longer point A to B than the right side point A to B, because of the tapper reducing towards the tip of the rod length. Now we have a straight line on the bottom, we have the tapper following here down, so make sure that you place the right side towards the butt and the other right, the other side towards the tip, according to your circumference. Now again, this piece is already broken for demonstration purposes only, and we're going to apply it now. The easy way to do that is carefully take your blade, go in and under the adhesive backing. Be very careful. This stuff breaks very easy, or fairly easy. Other stuff is way more brittle, but this breaks easy, and you have to be very careful taking this adhesive backing off of the backing of your veneer. It is, do not touch it on the adhesive side. Wherever this stuff gets to stick, it sticks. So you have to be very careful with the way you apply it, and I hope this works because now we're getting to the broken part. Very careful. See, you can even deal with that crack. It's not really the best piece to use, but the more difficult, the more better. At least for me. So, we now have our veneer that we will, and I just take it from one corner on the exact marking in the 90-degree corner from my bottom line towards my straight line up. I can take that and I can place it on the exact corner and just a little bit, ever so slightly, place it on, exactly following my bottom line. Place it on, place it on, place it on, just that it's stuck. Make sure it's, like I'm saying, wherever this sticks, it sticks. If you have to take that off, it's going to break, most likely. Take your burnishing tool and make sure that you are along your exact on the line, on the start point, stopping point. Run over with your burnishing tool a little bit just to make sure that this part here adheres good. Do not press too strong. If you press too strong on this, put too much pressure on it, it will fuzzle up the edges a little bit. And you don't want to have that. You want to have a clean build. Okay. This is the blank before was obviously cleaned, so make sure that your part is cleaned. Take denatured alcohol. You might not want to use acetone on certain blanks, but for this one, yes, you could use that as well. What we're going to do now is very simple: heat gun. It's going to get a little loud now, so I hope that will not be too much of a bother within the video. The way I do it, I don't even need a burnishing tool. I could take a burnishing tool, but I like to use my thumbs, just straight up the thumbs. So you also have a little clip here, so you can put the gun down if you have to and stand it on top of it for cooling off, or just to keep it running and, you know, have it ready, available again. So what I'm going to do is now I'm just going to turn it on, and I'm going to go along that. I'm going to heat up the veneer, and I'm going to apply it around the blank. Only takes a short second until it's heated up. Okay, it's heated up, so now I'm going along the veneer, and I'm right now carefully heating up the veneer. I don't want this to crack. You see, I actually heated up pretty good. The reason why I'm heating it up so good is that I don't want this to crack too much. So now I have that, so I'm going to take my thumbs, I'm going to start rolling around in small steps. Now you can see here that the cracked piece is coming apart. So you want to make sure that you use actually a piece that doesn't have a crack to begin with. But we shall see. Might stand up a little bit backwards. And this is the way we just go ahead and we wrap it around the blank. Keep going like that. Here again you see why I like to use this heat tool. Got it in my hands, got it free, got a second thumb to work with, and still got the heat gun running. And it's just applied way quicker. You don't lose temperatures. And here we go, and we just squeeze it on all the way